Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are going to be cooking some eggs with mushrooms and onions. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that today. So yeah, let's get started. So first thing is my hair looks crazy because I need to shower today, even though you can't really see it. What's in here? Okay, so basically the first thing that I'm gonna do is you're gonna need 2 cans of mushrooms. These are already cooked. They just need to be heated up. And these ones are from Costco. An onion. This is a leftover onion from last night when we had hamburgers. So now let's get into it. First thing you're gonna need is a big pan. Since we're doing the mushrooms and onions, the first thing that you're gonna want to do is just have your pan ready. So put some butter in the middle of that and just have that ready to go. But we're not gonna start it yet because my onions aren't cut up yet. You can add ham into this. If you want to add ham into this, you can just add ham into it right now when you add your mushrooms and onions. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut up my onion. So I'm going to get a knife. I'm going to be using this knife. I am safe with knives. The dishwasher isn't clean, so I can't use a serrated knife. I have to use this knife. So I'm going to go ahead and chop this up. I'll show you how to chop it up if you want. So how you're going to chop your onion up is you always want to make sure your fingers are curled back in a way so you don't cut your fingertips. You'd cut your nails if you did get too close. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut it in vertical lines going against the onion. So we're going to make like little squares, and then we're just going to cut it the other way and chop it up. Okay, so I'm just kind of going to chop some of the big pieces that I see into halves right now. But I don't think there's too many. That doesn't really bother me too much. You just don't want them to be super big pieces, random pieces everywhere. Okay, so now that you got your onions cut up, I'm not going to do too many. Well, I feel like I should have more. I don't know. 1 minute. I guess this will be okay. So now we're going to move back to the stove. So now we are back at the stove, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be turning the stove on. I'm going to be turning on to about a 4. I'm going to let the butter melt into the pan, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to drain the mushrooms. So now that we are here, I'm going to open these mushrooms up and just drain them into the sink. Okay, next one. So now we got my next one. It's hard to open. I hate opening these because they like break my nails off, especially if you have long nails. This is not good. Okay. Okay, now that this one's done, I'm gonna go back to the stove. So now that we are back, and we're back over to the stove, the butter is melting. I'm just gonna get it all, try to get as much as I can around the whole pan so nothing even sticks. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, and I'm just gonna get the mushrooms, the tops off of it real quick. So now, the next thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to pour my mushrooms in. First can is in. Second can. Okay. So now that I got the mushrooms all done and in, I'm going to pour the onions in. So now that we got the onions all in and all good, now I'm just going to get a spatula and start stirring it. So I got this thing, I'm just going to let it cook for a second, and then I'm going to add some more seasonings in. This might be hard on your ears if you have headphones. I don't know why, if it's too loud for you guys. So 1 minute, I'm going to keep on stirring it around, and I'll come back when I add some things. So now it's starting to bubble a little bit more, getting a little bit heated, more up. So now I'm going to add a little bit more butter for the flavor. There we go. Starting to actually get some cooking action. Now the next thing I'm going to add, I'm going to add this. This is the garlic sea salt. The garlic salt. Sea salt, roasted garlic, onions, and parsley. This is what I use a lot in my cooking. You can get this from Trader Joe's. But if you don't have this, also what works perfectly as well is some sea salt. Just sprinkle that out. And then also what we're going to be using is we're going to be using some garlic powder. Garlic powder is really helpful, and it just is so delicious. Every time I use mushrooms, it just tastes so good. So I think you guys like my other cook with me, so that's why I'm making another one. I'll sprinkle this around. Okay, not too much. And now I'm going to stir it around. Smells so good. I'm so hungry now. Okay, I'm going to come back to you guys when it's done cooking and time for eggs. Now you can see they're really steaming and they smell amazing. Now we're just going to get on a plate and put them on. It's a very quality step. You just need to go over to your other counter. Here we are. And I'm basically just going to turn the stove down to 2 because we don't want to turn it off because we're going to cook eggs. And then you're going to put those mushrooms on to their, ooh, look at all that buttery goodness. Okay, that's so good. I'm getting really hungry. So now we're going to put the pan over there, and I'm going to spread this out. So, good. That's really good. Okay. Now back over to the pan. So now we're back, and we're just going to put the pan with a little bit of more butter, just making sure the eggs do not stick. There we go. Now let's put the butter. Okay. Now, got the butter going. Now we're going to start with the eggs. The most important part, the eggs. Mama, I'm going to do 3 eggs. I'm going to do 3 eggs. So these are the 3 eggs that I'm going to be using. I'm going to do 3 eggs. I'm going to crack them in a bowl first. Now the butter is fully melted. I have my 3 lovely eggs from Phyllis. Thank you, Phyllis. I'm just going to pour in the eggs. Now I'm going to chop them up and stir it around. Make some scrambled eggs. Now I'm going to let cook for a little bit. Happy Saturday, everyone. So 3 eggs might not look like anything, because this is 3 eggs and it doesn't look like anything, but I know that happens a lot to me. But it's okay, so now I'm just going to cut it up, then put it on a plate, and then I'll show you guys. The way I know eggs are getting to be done is it kind of sticks to the bottom of the pan, and you can kind of, the smell, I don't know how to explain it, but you can just kind of smell the smell. Obviously, you can see when they're done, but I have like a smell that always happens when they're getting close to being done. Now that they are done, I'm just going to put in the mushrooms and onions in with them so they can cook a little bit all together and kind of get the same flavor. And that is how you make some mushrooms and eggs or ham for breakfast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to go make a healthy and fun breakfast for yourself. Bye!